Wills must remember, it can be said that it never rains but pours for him, as things as actually Chiwenga descend heavily on him. It is reported that there is a committee that is chaired by a retired General Chiwenga that is investigating Goodwill's Masimiremba, and most probably recommendations that may be made by that particular committee would recommend him to be suspended alongside members of his provincial committee. In fact, involved in quite a number of corruption related cases. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hloni. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. It appears ZANU PF is actually in serious trouble. I have said this long time ago that it must be difficult to be one of the leaders of ZANU PF, because you don't know whether to take instructions from Chiwenga or to take instructions from Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and you would not even understand the consequences of abiding by an instruction from a certain faction. Apparently, there is a committee that is investigating the Harare province. That committee is chaired by none other than retired General Chiwenga, and the news coming through is that the provincial chairperson of Harare, ZANU PF provincial chairperson, had actually to kneel down begging retired General Chiwenga when that committee was carrying out investigations. As I reported earlier in the morning, that Harare province face dissolution, completely dissolution by the committee of retired General Chiwenga. Numerous officials, including Goodwill's Masimiremba, they are actually accused of corruption. Remember, retired General Chiwenga has been at the center of fighting or advocating for the end of corruption within ZANU PF. It appears he is carrying out a crackdown. These committees are not announced publicly. We will never know that Harare province is actually being investigated. And who actually constituted this committee? Was it Mnangagwa? Because we know that the Harare province at the moment, it is dominated by the Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa faction. I think at the height of this is ZANU PF factionalism. Goodwill's Masimiremba, as always, is at the receiving end because of choosing to align himself with a certain faction within ZANU PF. Remember, this is the very same province which has come up with Gudawashe Takwirei and illegally co-opted him to be part of the Central Committee, and again they were vetoed by retired General Chiwenga when Gudawashe Takwirei decided to attend the Central Committee meeting before his co-option was actually fully processed. Initially, that's what we had. But as time progressed, there is a guy who always spills beans in ZANU PF. That is none other than Chris Mutswangwa. He had to spill beans for us that Kudawashe Takwirei's co-option was actually refused. There is absolutely nothing that was being processed, as ZANU PF Mnangagwa faction wanted to put across, especially to the members of the public. So it remains to be seen exactly as whether the retired General Chiwenga power will see the Harare province being dissolved completely. From the look of things, I think that would be the recommendation of retired General General Chiwenga, as I tried to interact with this question earlier on whether Mnangagwa will come to the aid of the members of his faction. I think that will depend on the presentation that would be made by retired General Chiwenga. If indeed there is proof that these officials of ZANU-PF, of which I strongly believe everyone in ZANU-PF has committed one or two corruption-related cases. So if there is indeed evidence of corruption that was carried out by these gentlemen, definitely we may see a whip actually landing very, very hard on Goodwill's Masemiremba. It's not the first time Chiwenga has been at Goodwill's Masemiremba's case. Remember that leading to the conference of Bulawayo, Goodwill offices were petrol bombed by unknown men and definitely with ZANU-PF factionalism at the same sort about this, but I will continue. So I mean, historically, if you go especially to the days leading conference of ZANU-PF, we saw the offices of Good Masemiremba petrol bombed, and this man, I mean, the security guard in that particular company dying after some, unfortunately, as I have said, that in the midst of these two men or gentlemen fighting within ZANU-PF, they would not be hit hard themselves. The people who will suffer the most are the lower structures of ZANU-PF. If you look at individuals like Goodwill's Masemiremba, they have been acting on the instructions of Emerson Dampuzo Mnangagwa, which are now, putting him in trouble. Just imagine an old man with a family having to actually kneel before another man. Things would be really tight. We used to hear that the likes of Obed Mpofu and others, this is what they were doing to Robert Gabriel Mugabe, especially when they were threatened to be dismissed because of wrongdoings. They will actually go down in their knee and knees. So that is that. These are the news that are coming through. That Goodwill's Masemiremba, the ZANU-PF provincial chairperson, had to kneel to beg retired General Chiwenga not to recommend him as well as other provincial leaders that he has been working with, by the way, to dismiss some of the officials within the province said to be aligned to the faction of retired General Chiwenga. As I always say, ZANU-PF is burning, and let's watch it as it burns. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the subscribe plus button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Umhlabane is signing off. Please do remember to also follow us on X, formerly Twitter, as well as Facebook. We are Hloniphani Global News.